Rams won their Sweet 16 and Elite 8 games this past weekend in the NCAA tournament. VCU's Craig Looney is with a student who traveled all the way to San Antonio, Texas to cheer on the Rams.
Hello, I'm here with Tommy Lopez, a VCU student with Rams Review, who attended last 2 games of VCU's stunning run in the NCAA. Tommy, thank you for being here.
Thanks, Craig.
First of all, how did you get tickets to the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 for VCU?
Well, I was able to win the student lottery between SGA donations and also contributions from alumni. VCU was able to send 100 students via a very long bus ride to San Antonio to watch both the Elite Sweet 16 and Elite 8 games. And so I was able to go on that trip. I was also documenting it from the student perspective with the media group that I'm with at the Student Media Center. We are a sports coverage group. So I kind of made some videos documenting the student trip, documenting reactions, being able to walk around San Antonio chanting VCU was certainly an interesting experience.
And all the Elite 8 games were in San Antonio, so there were 8 teams there, and there was fans from 8 different colleges. How was the reaction down there? How was the environment with all those colleges all in one place?
Right. Well, it was certainly interesting. U of R was there as well, which was certainly exciting. We were at the U of R versus Kansas game in the Sweet 16, and we cheered for U of R as well, being another team from Richmond. And it was certainly interesting. It was like just a college environment. Kansas just has a very rich fan base. There were a lot of older alumni there, which was an interesting environment to be in as well, but and there were certainly VCU alum there as well. So just having a bunch of students down there, we actually stayed in the same hotel as the players, which was really great. When they came back really late Friday night, we were able to kind of greet them there. We had like a parade set up basically that they walked through, and we were all high-fiving them and taking pictures with them. So it was kind of a little Richmond community in San Antonio.
Now, after we won, I guess mainly the Elite 8 game to get to the Final Four, from the videos and images you saw in Richmond of everyone rioting, how was it different to the VCU fans that were in San Antonio? Was it just as big? Was everyone crowding the streets? Or?
Well, we didn't flip over any cars or light anything on fire in San Antonio. It was more of we kept all of our gold on. We walked around Riverwalk in San Antonio, which is just a beautiful stretch of river, restaurants, nightlife in San Antonio. And, you know, we kind of tried to stay out as late as possible and also kind of just have fun back in our hotel room as well, because the players and coaching staff were all there. So, you know, there wasn't any rioting going on. We were certainly trying to show our school pride. And really throughout the entire weekend, the aftermath spilling into Saturday and Sunday, just being in San Antonio, you know, seeing the locals recognize our shirts that say VCU was such an enriching experience for me as a fan, as a media member, to know that people outside of Richmond, outside of Virginia, know who VCU is, know who the basketball team is, could maybe even name a player or two, was certainly just really an enriching experience.
Now, from the departure when you guys left Richmond to when we actually played, do you think there was more nervous excitement, or was it pretty much laid back since we've already gotten this far, nobody expects us to get farther, so it was more laid back and no pressure?
Well, it's funny. If you ask the team and you look at Chukka Smart's comments throughout the week and even through the Sweet 16 and Elite 8, he says that we expect to win every game that we play in. We're confident that we can beat any team in the country. And I think the students have kind of adopted that mentality as well. I don't think we went into any of these NCAA tournament games from a fan perspective, from a player's perspective, thinking that we're going to lose or going to win. I know that myself, even going into the first play-in game in the opening round against UNC, was really nervous, was really not even really that optimistic, knowing that we kind of backed our way into the tournament to begin with, people thinking that we still shouldn't have gotten in.
Right.
So I think that the nervousness going into the Sweet 16 game was definitely there. We knew that because it was Florida State and wasn't Ohio State, or another 1 seed, I think that we were more optimistic against Florida State. I myself, I know, was more nervous against Kansas, knowing all the history that Kansas has in the tournament, knowing that they were a 1 seed and that they were the best team that probably VCU has ever played in the history of its program. So I was more nervous going into that game.
All right, and again, that was VCU student Tommy Lopez. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Greg.